Good morning, pre-K. Today we're going to learn about something I love and my favorite part of spring, flowers. We're going to learn about parts of flowers and what flowers need to grow. And Miss Stewart's wearing flowers on her shirt for our lesson. So the first thing you need when you're trying to grow a flower or you're trying to grow a plant is a seed. A seed is really, really tiny, and you have to put it in the ground. So see how there's a little bitty seed and you put it in the dirt or in the soil. And so when you put it in the dirt or the soil, does it just grow on its own or does it need some things? It needs water and sunshine. And if it has water and sunshine, this little seed is going to sprout and have some roots. So look at this. Miss Stewart went in her yard and she pulled some grass up. This part of the plant, this really squiggly part at the bottom that's usually in the dirt, is called the roots. Say roots. Roots get all of the water out of the ground so that the plant can drink it and it can make its own food. A plant also needs roots so that it's not just flying everywhere. The roots keep it in the ground and keep it in place. So when your mommy gets flowers at the store, it probably doesn't have roots because we don't need it in the ground anymore. We want the pretty part of it. And the roots are underground, getting all the water, getting all the minerals out of the dirt, and it's keeping the plant in place. So we're going to make a diagram of a plant, and the first part is the roots. See the squiggly lines underground in the soil, getting all that water we said that plants need? Okay, so after we have our seed and we've given it water and we've given it sunlight and it has roots, the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to start to see some little leaves poke out of the ground. So the first thing you'll see like little bitty leaves coming out. And then the next thing that will grow is that we're going to talk about next, because you can kind of see it here, but it's underground, is the stem. So if I look at a plant, like this plant, the long part that keeps the plant straight and standing tall is the stem. Say stem. A stem keeps the plant standing tall, and it kind of acts like a straw. And it sucks all the water from the roots, like when you drink a drink and you go, it pulls all the water up and gets the water into the leaves and gets the water to the flower, because plants make their own food and they use all that water and all those minerals so that they can survive like we eat. So there's a stem, and then the part underground is called the roots. The stem is like a straw and it keeps it straight, and the roots get the water and the minerals. So I'm going to put on my diagram, I'm going to draw the stem. I'm going to put this together. So the roots are under the soil, and then the stem is standing straight and tall. And we already kind of talked about this part, but we didn't talk about it in order. So first, there's a seed, and the seed gets roots, and then we talked about the stem, but we didn't talk about the leaves. And I know that you know what a leaf is because leaves are on trees. You see this leaf? See how there's veins because it's bringing all the water to all the parts of the leaf? The leaf soaks up the sun and gives the plant energy to make its food. So the next part of a plant is a leaf. It's the big green part that lays out and soaks up all the sunlight so that the plant can do photosynthesis and make its own food. So the first part is roots, the second part is the stem, then we have leaves, and then my favorite part. My favorite part is the flower. The flower is the really, really beautiful part that attracts all the butterflies and attracts all the bees. And that's the part that we like and that we like to give people. So the roots are underground and they soak up all the minerals in the water. The stem is like a spine, like we have a spine in our back, and it sucks up the water like a straw to all the other parts of the plant. Then there's the leaf, and it's the big part on the side that soaks up the sunlight. And then there's a flower, and that's the really pretty part of a plant. So when we're growing a plant, if we decided to grow a plant first, we would put a seed in the ground, and then we'd have to give it water and we'd give it sunlight, and then the root would sprout, and then the leaves would come out, and then it'd have a stem. And this plant doesn't have a flower because not all plants have flowers. But at the end, it would be a really big plant. See how it gets bigger? It grows just like you grow. So we'll talk about parts of the plant. I'm going to teach you a song about parts of the plant, and then we're going to label parts of the plant, and then I'm going to tell you about a really cool science experiment that maybe you can do at your house that we would have done at school. So you can't see my feet, but I'm going to try to teach you a song that we sing in class. So the first part is roots, because that's the first part of a plant that we talked about that sprouts from a seed. So you're going to wiggle your feet and say roots, and then you're going to stick straight and tall and say stem. So wiggle your feet, say roots, stem, leaves. So put your arms out like you're soaking up the sun like a leaf does. And then you say flower. Flower is the pretty part. So we're going to wiggle our fingers around our face because the flower is like the pretty part of the flower, like your face is the pretty and handsome part of you. So wiggle your feet, say roots, stem, leaves and flower, roots, stem, leaves and flower, All you need is sunshine and water, roots, stem, leaves and flowers, Okay, let's try one more time. We're going to go a little bit faster. So wiggle your feet when we say roots because the roots are underground. They're like the bottom of the plant, just like our feet are the bottom of us. Stem, you stand straight and tall because you're a straw and you're making sure the plant is standing tall. Put your arms out for leaves because you're soaking up all the sunlight. And the flower because you're pretty. Ready? Roots, stem, leaves and flowers, Roots, stem, leaves and flowers, All you need is sunshine and water. Roots, stem, leaves and flowers, Good job, kiss your friend. Okay, now, Miss Dora's tired. She's saying really fast. We're going to draw a plant and label it. And then I'll show you the experiment that maybe you can do at your house. And if you can't do this, maybe your mommy has some seeds that you can plant so you can watch them grow in springtime. Springtime's a really good time to grow plants because the sun is shining and there's lots of rain, so you don't have to water your plant. The rain will water it for you. Okay, so the first part of a plant is a what? What's that part that's underground that's getting all the water and all the minerals out? Yeah, the roots. So I'm going to draw roots. I'm going to draw some squiggly lines under the ground. And I'm going to draw a purple line to draw that it's underground, that it's in the dirt. If you have crayons, you might want to use brown. So the next part of a plant is the what? What's the part that's standing straight and tall and that sucks up the water to the other parts of a plant? The what? The stem. So we have to draw a straight line for our stem. So we have roots, we have the stem, and then what's the part that's on the side and soaking up all the sunlight? The leaves. So for leaves, you're going to kind of draw ovals with a point, and I'm going to draw a line with the veins coming because remember when Miss Stewart showed you the plant? There's little lines that are pulling all the water through the parts of a plant. So what's this? Roots. What's the straight tall part? Stem. What are the big green parts on the side? Leaves. And the last part is my favorite part, and I bet you know this. What is the really pretty part called? The what? The flower. So you're going to get colors because flowers are colorful, and you can draw. Flowers come in all different shades and all different colors, so you can make it whatever color you want. So first we have roots, then we have the stem, then we have, what are the big green on the side that soak up sunlight? Leaves, and then the pretty part that attracts the butterflies is the flower. Let's try to sound out. We're going to label. So label is when, you know in the class when Miss Stewart always has pictures on everything we use? That's a label, so you know where things are. So we're just going to draw a line next to the roots. And let's sound out roots, 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 root, root, root. What makes the r like robot? Put a R, and you can write an uppercase or a lowercase. Miss Stewart's writing a lowercase. Ooh, ooh. Could be a couple of things. I think most of you are probably going to think it's a U, and that's good kindergarten spelling. Root. What makes the t like tiger? T. So first we have the root. Miss Stewart ran out of room, and I'm going to erase it really fast. Roots. What makes this sound? S. So draw a squiggly line because we say roots. Okay, now go to the straight part. What is the straight part called again? That makes the plant stand up tall and soaks up the water like a straw? It's a stem. Stem. I'm going to say it really slowly and let's sound it out. What's the first letter in stem? S. T. Stem. Makes the sound. M. So roots, stem. What's the part on the side? The big green parts. A leaf. E. E. L. E. It makes the like football or fan. F. So roots, stem, leaf, and then what's the really pretty part? Flower. So see how I'm drawing a line and pointing to it so we know what I'm labeling? Flower, 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 flower. So what makes the F? L, flower, W, flower, like rabbit. R. So we have roots, stem, leaves and flowers, roots, stem, leaves and flowers, And what do flowers need to grow? Water and sunlight. Good job. So, what's this part of a plant? Flower. What's this part? Stem. What's the big green on the side? Leaf. And the part underground that soaks up the water, it sucks up the water out of the dirt. Roots. What's this? Leaf. What's this? Stem. What's this part? Roots. And what's this part? Flower. We'll sing our song one more time so that you don't forget. So I'm going to show you an experiment that we would have done if we were at school, and maybe your mommy has this stuff at home. So you'll need a Ziploc bag, you'll need a paper towel, and you'll need a lima bean. Miss Stewart loves to eat lima beans, so she had one at her house. Maybe you will have one, and if you don't, that's okay. So what you'll do is, if you do have a lima bean, you're going to get your paper towel really wet, and you're going to put it in the bag. And then you're going to put the lima bean in the bag on top of the wet paper towel. and you got to push all the air out. Push all the air out so there's not big bubbles. And then hang it on your window. And the sunlight will get to the bean, the lima bean, and it will, and the water on the rag will give it, the bean will soak up the water, and you'll see the roots come out, and you'll see a leaf come out, and then you'll see a stem pop out. It won't have a flower, but it'll be just like our picture. It probably won't get this big, but it will get like this. So you're going to put your seed in. Your lima bean is your seed. And then you're going to see the roots come out. You're going to see a leaf come out of the bean, and then you'll see a stem come out. But you have to put it on your window so that it gets sunlight. Okay? One last time. What's this part? Flower. What's this part? Leaf. What's this part? Stem. And the bottom part is the roots. Let's sing our song really slowly so you don't forget. So wiggle your feet. Wiggle your feet. Say roots, stem, leaves and flowers, leaves and flowers. Roots, stem, leaves and flowers, leaves and flowers. All you need is sunshine and water. Roots, stem, leaves and flowers, leaves and flowers. Okay, good job. Bye, pre-K.